Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we are doing a cleanse makeup, and I just want to show you guys how I usually achieve a simple natural looking look on my clients. I think this is the most requested for people who go to the office, commercial, not commercial, sorry, corporate makeup and office makeup, and even people who don't like to do a lot of makeup, or just people who like being simple. This is how we do it. So first off, I start off with the eyebrows. Here I've just highlighted. I haven't outlined the brows, or I haven't drawn anything. I've just highlighted the brows and then blended out the concealer. I've used a slightly lighter concealer just to shape out the brow before I fill in. So this is a technique that I'm currently using to give out a natural brow vibe. Yeah, so you want to have brows but you don't want them to look like they are drawn, so this is what you do. So you conceal. After concealing, blend out the concealer. After that, you can go in with a very sharp pencil and then just fill in strokes like your hair, like your eyebrow hair, to mimic your eyebrow hair where there's no hair. Actually, you only fill in. So, and make sure you're not filling in too much and not too heavily, just to give it a natural look. As you can see here, I haven't filled in because I just shaped her brows and then outlined, highlighted with the concealer, and then blended it out. So the front of the brows, make sure you're using a shade that's close to your shade. This is the trick of having a blended brow. Use a shade that's close to your natural shade, or just use a foundation from from where I'm filling in to, like, just half the brow or the beginning of the brow. Use your foundation shade or a concealer that's your shade to make it easy for you to blend and to make it have a seamless look. So I'm just filling in the brows. Use a very light hand and just fill in where there's no hair. Don't insist on putting product where there's hair, because already she doesn't have full brows, but she has nice brows. So it's not going to take a lot, like, to fill in. So I only did where the no brow hairs, like the tail. I filled in the tail and the front of the brow, yeah, just like that. And you see, just give it shape even without outlining and even without drawing an actual brow. Yeah, so that's basically what I did. For the pencil, for the tail, the pencil for the tail, I'll use number 3, and now in between I've used number 18, and sorry guys, in between and the front of the brow I've used number 18, just to draw hair-like structures, just small strokes at the beginning of the brow. This is the best secret to have, like, natural, and it's the easiest way to draw your brows if you don't know how to draw. So just outline them first, make sure you've shaped, that's key thing, and then do the rest as I've said. Then here I'm just setting her brows. This is a tip I want to give you guys. Also, if you have fuller brows and you don't want to draw, you can just go in with soap or gel. So me, what I usually do after I've drawn, I just go in with some styling gel, or if you have that brow soap that people normally use, or you can just use normal soap even. Just put a little water on the spoolie and then brush onto the soap, and then brush on the brows, let them dry up, and then conceal, and you'll have your natural looking brows. It's as simple as that. These days, perfect brows depend on who you are and depend on what you want and your preference. So there's actually no definition to perfect brows. Not doesn't mean that if you don't have arched brows, your brows are not perfect. So you actually just go with what feels natural and what feels good to you. Yeah, I guess you guys are getting. So I'm outlining the upper part. I'm using a foundation that's close to her shade, or even close to her shade. It has a yellowish undertone. Her skin actually has a yellowish undertone from her neck She has a little bit of sunburn on her face, so we are just going to match the shade to her neck. So the foundation actually seems lighter, but it oxidizes. Another thing you should note when buying a foundation is if it oxidizes or not. If it oxidizes, you'll choose a lighter shade, so that when it oxidizes, it becomes your shade. If you want a darker shade, choose a deep shade, and then when it oxidizes, becomes a very deep shade. The secret basically is some foundations oxidize. Each type of foundation oxidizes, it becomes darker. So you want to go lighter, and then when it oxidizes, it actually becomes the natural shade of the person you're applying onto. So when choosing the shades, consider the oxidation levels. So yeah, we're done with the brows, just blending in between. You see they're natural, you actually, when you see them, you wouldn't say they've been drawn on her face. They're actually just her natural brows and filled in. So I'm going in with some primer. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me primer, the matte primer, because she has a little bit of an oily T-zone. That's what I used on her T-zone and her cheekbones and her chin, just to set that in. And then I went in with the foundation. I used to outline her brows, the top of her brows. As you can see, it's a little bit yellow, but just give it some time, it's gonna be okay. But if you feel like it's too yellow, you can mix it with a slightly deeper shade, so that it actually becomes her actual shade. But you see, as I continue blending, it just sinks into the skin and just starts blending into her skin. So we're blending this to her neck and her chest. So anytime you're doing your foundation, consider blending that to your chest and your neck. Don't focus on the color on your face, because you'll actually have a floating head if you have a different face color, neck color, and a different chest color. Yes, so my client actually has flawless skin, so that's why the application is so smooth. So I decided to go with a brush for fuller coverage, though she has no blemishes. But when I'm doing a simple look, I just want it to look flawless, but at the same time minimal but flawless. I know my simple and someone's simple is different, but my simple looks generally go for sort of a full coverage look, but not so much eye work, and probably not so much sculpting of the face, just to keep the face in its natural shape. That's my simple look. Everyone has a different opinion when it comes to simple looks. Some people call simple makeup in reference to the ones with no harsh colors or no bright colors on the eyes, but it has eyeshadow. For me, when it's simple, it could have literally no eyeshadow but still look good and plump, and it's actually a look that you can rock anywhere, even for a photo shoot. Like for her, she's doing a birthday photo shoot, and you'll see how this turns out. It's going to be so nice. Just see how the blend of that foundation from her face to her neck to her chest. It's just perfect. So remember to always consider if a foundation oxidizes. To do this, you just put the foundation at the back of your hand, give it like a few minutes, let it aerate a little, and then check if the color is the same as the one that you just pumped, and then pump a little bit on your hand to see if the colors are the same, the one you pumped earlier and the one you've just pumped from the foundation bottle. So it will tell you whether the foundation oxidizes or not. If it does, make sure you consider going a shade lighter so that it oxidizes to someone's natural shade. It depends with the shade you're going for. So after that, I just went in with a beauty blender to suck out the excess product and just to give it a seamless blend to make it look more skin-like. After I had done the brush. So for the concealer, now this is the trick. make sure you are using a concealer that is exactly your shade or the client's shade if you want to achieve a natural looking face. Yeah, this does is that it will lift up all the necessary areas, but they won't be brighter. You won't have brighter under eyes, but they'll be a little bit bright, but they won't be you'll get rid of the dark circles, you get rid of everything, but the complexions and the face will be slightly different but slightly natural. So because we're trying to achieve a natural look, so what you do is just focus on the shades that you apply in terms of the concealer and the foundation. Make sure you go as natural as possible. So for the eyes also, I just blend in the concealer, and remember I'm just using tapping motions. And for this concealer blending, I just decided to use the brush I was using for foundation, so that the foundation blends it out seamlessly in between the cheekbone and the under eye. So just tap, use very little force so that you don't injure your client or you don't injure yourself, and also so that you don't pick up a lot of product from your face to the brush. When you use a lot of pressure, that is what you do. Yeah, just blend out everything nicely. You can see everything is turning out nicely and perfectly blended, and then just go in with a beauty blender. Each time you blend and you feel like I don't think it's well blended, going with a beauty blender. That's the magic, that's the secret, guys. So I just went in with a beauty blender to blend everything out, to blend the concealer out, to make sure everything is flawless, no creases left, and then after that we set. So when you're setting, go for a little bit of a bright shade, but almost the same tone, but a bright. You can, for this one, for anyone that's light skin, I usually go for the yellows, but something yellow that's close to their shade, to their natural shade, just to give it a little bit of lift, but at the same time maintain their natural hue or maintain their natural undertone. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, maintain their natural undertone. So I'm going for something yellowish because she has sort of a yellowish undertone. So I'm just doing that, and then set each and every area that you put the concealer. For me, I just like to set first, then place some more powder on the face, and then let it sit for a while, and then blend it out. I don't bake. Now that's the difference with this. If you're also going for a natural look, you don't bake. After that, you go in with a powder. For this one, for contour, I decided to just bronze. I didn't want to do deep contours because we're not doing immense sculpting. We are just doing a little bit of shaping here and there. So and then bringing color back to the face. So I just used some bronzer on her face instead of a contour. So I didn't do the contour powder or contour sticks. No, I didn't do that. I just used a bronzer on her contour area here and her, what's it called, chin. Yeah. Then after that, you see there it's warming up the face. It brings up more color to the face. Instead of just having a flat face, you just want to define it a little, but not so defined, because you want her natural face to remain, and you want the natural structure of her face to remain. I guess you guys are getting me. So after that, for the nose also, instead of going in with a contour powder or a contour stick or a liquid contour, I went in with the same bronzer just to outline the nose a little bit. And this is just make sure you're placing very little product, and then blend that out. After that, you just use a clean brush or use the same brush, but tap out the excess product and blend that out. It will come out seamlessly and nicely. So the trick is also to take that product into the brow. So I like to take this up to the where the brows begin, so that it gives a faded effect on the brows. At the same time, it helps to just with the continuation of the nose. It also just helps to elongate the nose to give the impression that you have a long nose, a nice long nose. Yeah. So for the eyes, we're doing the same, very minimal. So we are going in with the same bronzing palette, since we had put concealer, so the colors will pop out more on this. So I'm just doing a bronzy eye. I'm using the brown shades on this bronzer palette. Yes, and then just blend that out onto the eyes. See, it's bringing out some nice brown tones. So we could settle for this as our eyeshadow for this look, because we are not doing lashes. We want to keep it as natural as possible, but also give the face a little bit of dimension. So yeah, just tap in the products and blend it out nicely using circular motions and make sure everything is well blended out. Yeah, I think basically that's it. And then from there we are going to move to, what is it called, you can do an eyeliner, but not necessarily a winged liner. We just do a small liner, just to give a little bit of definition to the eyes. What I was doing here is just adding some depth to the colors so that it looks perfect. I was just doing final touch-ups, blending where I thought was not blended, and then I came in with a powder that was her shade, and then just to swipe off any powder that had fallen, any fallouts on her face. Yep, as you can see, the look is coming together. So here we're doing just like a small liner, and then we do mascara. The liner is just to help define the eyes and just give the eyes a little bit of dimension as we do the mascara, because we don't want to do lashes. That's why you also, when you're doing corporate makeup, when you're doing office makeup, you don't do wing liners. Do very small and very minimalistic eyeliner on your face, on your eyes. Don't do the winged liner and you're going to the office. It looks like it might look like you don't understand where you are. Or if you're in the corporate world and you want to do makeup, always keep it simple but classy. Don't just do the shoddy type of makeup, but do a clean, nice and natural looking face. Yeah, like for this look, she could actually just go with this to work, and it won't actually draw as much as attention as someone with bright colors, a winged liner and all that. You can do lashes for corporates and for work, and even for just simple normal everyday looks. It just elevates the looks, but now you choose smaller lashes for that. So we're doing the mascara. She actually has really beautiful natural lashes, really nice ones, and really long, and the volume on her lashes, oh my god. Yeah, she has beautiful lashes, so that's a plus for her. If actually there won't be need for any extensions, that's an added advantage for her. So you see that after we've gone through the mascara, this is how it looks. So a tip, if you're a makeup artist and you use the same mascara wand, make sure that after every client you disinfect it with alcohol. That's what I usually do, just to need to remove all the bacteria and to prevent eye infections also. So make sure you disinfect that with alcohol every time. Disinfect literally all your products, even the eye. So we're going with a little bit of blush. I went with some pink tones, some pink and peach tones, yeah, just to add a little bit of color to her face. And yeah, voila, that's it. See the way it looks, it looks really nice and flawless, and that's the whole point of achieving these natural looks. This is how I do all my clients' natural looks. Just that an exception for those that maybe I might feel like the brown or the bronzy tones on the eyes won't look nice, I don't do that. But when I feel like your tone will match the brown tones, I definitely do that. So for the lips, we are going to do outline using a lip line, not lip liner, let me not lie to you guys. An eye pencil. In this case I'm using Davis number 18, and then I'm just filling in the lips. I didn't want to outline because we still want to maintain the natural shape of our lips. So the point of this look is to maintain the natural structure of her face, but still make it look classy, make it look cute and nice. So the point is, you want to look like you. Yeah, you actually just want to look like you. You don't want a major transformation. And then we went in with a red, but I feel like my camera, my phone was showing it like it gave off a pinkish tone, but it was actually a red that we went for because she wanted her lips to match her dress, so she was doing a red dress. And guys, this just turned out so pretty. I'm usually not a colorful lip person, but when it comes to the right reds, guys, I tell you, you'll find me there. Anywho, so after we just fill in, make sure when you, a caution guys, if you are going to do your makeup, make sure they don't use the lipstick wand on you. I don't know, for hygiene purposes, make sure even if you're a makeup artist, make sure you don't use the makeup on in the lipstick or for the lipstick on everyone, because you might transmit infections to your clients without knowing. So make sure you invest in some nice good brushes for applying lipstick so that you avoid transmitting some of these infections to your clients, like herpes and all that. They could easily be transferred through sharing a lipstick, sharing a lip gloss. So what you do is have a separate brush to apply that, and then make sure you sanitize everything after you've used on each client. Wash and sanitize. Don't just be sanitizing things that you've been using on people. Yeah, so we are perfecting out the lip, so in case there's any mess that you made, just use a concealer to remove that and the smudges, and then blend that out and then set with a powder. Yeah, make sure you are using tapping motions. See the look is giving. Yes. Yeah, so that's it guys for this look. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below on the type of looks you want me to do, guys. Thank you so much for the views and the comments on the last video, guys. I love you, and keep subscribing and watching and share this video. Bye.